Long ago, a farmer put his farm up for sale. It was a very well-maintained farm with healthy animals, and he and his wife and children were very happy there. But they had decided to move on nonetheless. A young man named Lucas, who wanted to start a new life as a farmer with his wife, came to look at the farm and was very impressed.
I'll take it.
They agreed on the price and shook hands. On moving day, the farmer handed the keys over to the new owner.
One thing though, like many farms, we have a Nisse living in our barn. He means no harm and even helps out in his own way. Just make sure you feed him, alright?
Lucas was perplexed, but went along with it.
Of course, I won't forget.
He responded with a smile. Lucas and his wife walked the grounds of their new home. The Nisse stayed hidden, but watched them from the barn. He heard Lucas talking.
When he handed me the keys, he said, deadly serious, don't forget to feed the Nisse. He must have been some old fool to believe in all that nonsense.
And his wife smiled and responded,
Well, these old farmers can be superstitious. You be careful you don't end up like that.
They kissed. The Nisse furrowed his brow. Christmas was approaching, and the Nisse began to worry that he would not get his Christmas pudding, the thing he looked forward to most all year. He was determined for Lucas to realise he was there, but was far too anxious to come out into the open. So, whenever Lucas entered the barn, the Nisse would try and kick some hay about, or make a noise, but Lucas paid no mind. He heard him telling his wife,
There must be rats or something in that old barn. I always hear something scurrying about in there.
Christmas grew closer, and the Nisse worried. With only a few days to go before Christmas, the Nisse could take no more. He waited for Lucas to enter the barn, and then jumped onto his back. He hit him in the back of the head, and then moved about him, hitting him again and again, until Lucas fell over. The Nisse then appeared in front of him.
I am real!
He shouted, and then ran away and hid. The Nisse's heart was racing, but he was relieved. Now Lucas knew about him, he was sure to get his pudding. It was Christmas morning, and the Nisse awoke, licking his lips.
Today's the day!
He said to himself, and he waited in anticipation. And waited. And waited. It was getting dark, and the Nisse was worrying again. He drew all of his courage and left the barn. He snuck up to the farmhouse and peered into the window. Lucas was in there, and his wife, and other friends and family members. They were laughing and drinking and eating.
Christmas pudding!
The Nisse moaned out loud. Lucas still did not believe he was there. He went back to the barn, and no one brought any for him. The new year started, and Lucas and his wife were confident of themselves. They were looking forward to their fresh start as farmers. They struggled, and after a few months, things were not going well. They worked harder and harder, and despite their best efforts, the animals all looked unhealthy, and they were losing money. Dejected, his wife said,
Maybe we just aren't cut out to be farmers.
No, I won't have it. We are doing everything right. We're working ourselves to the bone. I'm going to pay someone a visit.
So he tracked down the man who sold him the farm. He gave him one piece of advice. With a grin, he said,
I already told you, Lucas. Make sure to take care of the Nisse.
By this time, Christmas was coming around again. Lucas felt like the biggest fool, but he made up a huge bowl of the creamiest Christmas pudding and carried it out to the barn.
Merry Christmas,
he said. He placed the bowl on the floor and left the barn. The Nisse had been hiding, and as soon as he was alone, he ran to the pudding. He was hugging the bowl. In the morning, Lucas collected the empty bowl. In the next year, the farm prospered, and he and his wife were happy.
Looks like we work out to be farmers after all, Lucas. Just takes a little hard work.
Yeah.
Lucas said uneasily,
Just a little hard work.
and he peered towards the barn.